G'day guys, Arnold here. Today I'm working on the 2017 shop truck. Since you last seen it, I spray painted it black, matte black, did a stencil, some songwriting, and put it back outside to weather. It's looking pretty good, I reckon. This back piece is matching the cowl as far as weathering's concerned. The contrast between the songwriting and the general look of this is a bit high for me. I need to dial it down somehow, maybe sand it or something. But problem with that is the rust is already coming through the sign written stuff here. So if I sand this back, I'm going to lose some of the rust effect as well, which I don't really want to do. Doors need to be pulled off, need songwriting, and to weather those, kind of like I did with these ones here for the Roadster. So yeah, that's to be done. What else? Oh, mucking around with this turbo here, keychain. Going to replace this little piddly one here with this oversized beast, bit more rat roddy. Recently I've been looking at images on Google Images of old bulldozers, specifically the radiator shrouds and things like that. So today I think I'm going to get out in the shed. This isn't welded on yet, it's just loose. I need to do the interior first and the electrics, the engine and the gearbox and that sort of things, so I need access to that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go out, have a look at the scrap. So I've got an idea of what I want to use, so we're going to head out to the shed and have a dig around the scrap pile. But yeah, I feel like doing a radiator shroud today on this, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, alright, let's get out there. Alright, in here, whoops, in here I've got this. This is a power supply from a desktop computer, or a case, was. But that there is what I'm looking at. I think that looks a little bit like an old radiator shroud from a bulldozer, so this is what I'm going to use for the front of that rat rod. Let's get it cut up and we'll take a look and eyeball it, I reckon. Okay, so while I'm here, this is the internals of the toaster I used for the body, actually. This is scraps for this build. Last week what I did, I pulled this out because I wanted to use this wire. It's got a special name, can't remember it. It begins with N, but it's a wire that turns the electricity into heat and doesn't break. And I've been using that to make a styrene foam cutter. I'll go and get it and show you, it's pretty cool. So here's my wee homemade foam cutter. These are handles off a rolling pin, battery, LiPo, and Dean's plug, a couple of wires hooked up to little brass blocks, and on this one I've got a momentary switch, so as long as my thumb's on that, this wire's hot. The wire, like I said, pulled out of this old toaster. I came across this idea from watching a video on a flight test on YouTube, plane type stuff. They were using foam cutters for cutting wings out of foam, and he happened to mention the wire that you use you can find in old heaters and toasters, and as soon as he said that, I got one of those. So, and then I watched another video of another guy, because the flight test fellows, they used speed controllers and... Damn dog, what are you doing? He's after rodents. Excuse me. Anyway, what are you up to? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Anyway, yeah, they were using speed controllers and servo testers to adjust the voltage to get this just right. But then I watched another video and a guy was using just a battery plug straight in, and he was saying it's about the resistance in the wire, and to hook up one end and keep the other end loose and just run it along until the wire starts to change colour to a cherry red, and that's where you tie it off, and then you've got the right length of wire to give it the heat you need. So that was pretty cool. I'll plug it in and I'll show you what I've been doing in a sec. I've been cutting up these styrene blocks with it, and it's not a bad, it's not perfect or nothing, but for cutting this stuff it's fine. So yeah, I'll show you how it works. Okay, so I've got my little contraption here, and just going to plug in the LiPo and stick that in my pocket. At this stage the wire's cold, no power. I press this switch and it gets the juice, so it's burning off some old foam at the moment, and you may or may not see it start to change colour just slightly. So that's it really. I made this straight edge out of some old pallet to give as a guide, and that's it. Done. All over. I really like it because it's got this wee momentary switch here, so I know as soon as I let go there's nothing gonna arc or burn me or nothing like that. And I'm only cutting a few of these, maybe 4 or 5 of them, so I don't need anything too fancy and over the top. But that's it, man. Done. Just like that. Pretty cool. Making tools out of junk. I like that. Righto, let's get off the rat rod build. So there's the radiator shell, meant to look a bit like a bulldozer, pulled off an old bulldozer. I did want to get further than this. I'm starting to beat myself up because I had it in my brain I was going to get this done and get it painted a kind of a red colour to look a bit like it was from an international farm type tractor, but this is as far as I've got. So I've decided that's where I'm going to leave it for now. I'll put it on the back burner and move to a different part of the build, because if I'm not having fun with it, then I shouldn't be working on it, because this is a hobby. But the upshot is I did get this done in pretty short order, really. The front bit being off the computer case. This top stuff here was part of the toaster, and it looks like it's kind of like a brass color. I don't know. I thought it was just silver tin like the rest of, like the back here, but it's different metal. And so I got onto this. I got this far. Then I ended up doing quite a bit of yak shaving and doing other stuff because I realised I wanted to add stuff to that, and then thought I needed to finish these off. So I made because I didn't know if it was going to foul, so I fabricated and welded on the supports for the front shocks that are on the hairpins. I also cut off the nail that was holding this hub on and put this on it and re-welded it back on, or another nail back on for the steering linkage, so I get a better idea of what this would have to clear, because I'm thinking about lighting the headlights and that, but I'm still on the fence about it. So rather than let myself get bogged down, I'm just gonna let it go and move on to something else. So what I'm starting to think, I thought today, well, maybe it's time to take this off and mount the transmission or the gearbox down in here, or maybe work on the door on the back, which I haven't done yet. Just change tack, you know. I'm doing this one while I'm waiting for some parts to turn up from China for the other build, so it's quite cool having two builds so I can bounce between them if I'm being held up with one of them. Anyway, I think that'll do for this video. It's progress. Not as much as I wanted to have, but it's still pretty good, really. Probably shouldn't be so hard on myself. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't have much more to say about it. It is looking pretty cool though, I must say. It's not quite where I want it to be, is the problem. But anyway, guys, cheers for watching, and not sure what video will be next. Oh, actually, yes I do. We're drawing the giveaway t-shirt, aren't we? Yep, that's what it will be. Alright guys, catch you on the next one.